You're live.
We are live.
All right, I'm
on Instagram too. Yeah, so we'll just keep it at that. You know, like 5K, real simple. Share your story.
Yeah.
For everybody on YouTube, Instagram, welcome on over. Got the boy Kirchner, Nickolas Kirchner, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome on over, bro. You don't even live out here in LA, right?
No, I'm in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, dude. Where the hell?
There's
is that?
no marketers from Wisconsin. Is
there like a team? Maybe is it like some good food that comes from there? Like
it's a lot of beer.
Beer, that's
a lot of beer. I mean, it's a decent spot. It's definitely not LA. It's the hardest for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I come out here so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just finished up a talk over at
USC,
University
of Southern California. I was talking about some Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So I'm good to go.
Nice, man. All right, we're good to go on here too?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, welcome on over, everybody. Secure Back Podcast, another segment. And today we had Nickolas Kirchner join us at our complex here in Studio City, Los Angeles. So again, thank you so much for coming by, man.
Sure, man.
And you've been making some headway, man. So you're basically becoming or your success stories now. That's really what it is.
For sure.
And it's pretty cool to see somebody else really get that breakthrough, and see you handling it real well, and keep it on scaling, and all that good stuff. But really, what we want to do here for you guys today that are joining us on, if you're new to the podcast, this is pretty much a podcast where we talk about securing your bag, or how other people like Nickolas, whether just getting started, or how old are you, by the way, man? 21. Okay, so a couple of years younger than me. But then we interview over scale as well, like David Ferris, well, $750 million.
Yeah.
You should definitely check that
out.
Yeah. Absolute beast. And it's cool to get different perspectives. So if you're new here, make sure you guys definitely smash that subscribe button, that thumbs up, leave a comment below with some takeaways that you're gonna get over the next few, let's say 15, 20. I don't want to hold you up too long, man. I'm sure you got some plans going on, but yeah, let's get into it, man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I know we caught up at Funnel Hacking Live, right? The ClickFunnels event, and we didn't really get the chance because it was like a huge event.
Yeah, we were just passing by.
Yeah, just passing by. So really, and I want to ask you about, and we were talking a little bit before we kind of hopped on the podcast here. About your story, where you come from, right? What you were doing before work. So if you can kind of share some more detail on that.
Yeah, for sure. So I started kind of getting into, we'll just say, the entrepreneurial mind at 17.
Yeah.
I started following Ty, and I remember laying on my parents' living room floor with a yellow legal pad. Yeah. And this is back when Ty was doing like a stream every day.
Yeah.
And he was pitching an accelerator, and for $3,000, and I would just sit there every day religiously that summer, and just take notes. These were like 4-hour calls. I mean, he would go on forever.
Yeah.
And I never had the money to invest. And I felt like that's what I wanted to do. And I asked my parents, and they didn't have just $3,000 to give me for it. So that was really frustrating. But anyway, I took all those notes and just started learning about it, and looking at e-commerce, Kindle ebook publishing, affiliate marketing. I mean,
so you were Curious George at that point, right?
I had shiny object syndrome, like left, right, center. But I had to taste a bunch of different things, right?
Exactly.
To find out what I like. So I think that's okay for a period of time.
Yeah.
So I did that. I knew that I didn't really want to go to college, but I went to 1 year at University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. And
wait, say that one time. University of what?
Wisconsin.
Oshkosh. Wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Hey, most people don't even know where Wisconsin is.
Yeah. Okay. Big school or small
school? Like 10,000.
Got it.
So not that big, but not extremely small.
Yeah.
So went there, and the first week I knew I was going to drop out. I remember calling my parents. I said, I'm dropping out.
First week, you could tell it was a mistake.
It was first week. So, and
what were your intentions going in there in the first place? Like, was there one going for business?
It was for business. And but that summer that I had been watching Ty, I had also started cracking in his reading list that he had there. So that first year of college, I read over 400 books.
400 books.
400. I skipped class every day, and I was going through 1 or 2 books a day.
Wow.
And they actually had a cart at the local at the university library for me, because like that library didn't have all these business books that I wanted, so I'd like get them ordered in from like other libraries, because there was like a network, and then I'd be the kid at the library with this big cardboard box, carrying all of them back to my dorm. I looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I didn't care, so anyway, my dorm was just like filled with all these books, and I was just reading them, not really going to class much.
Did you have a roommate?
No. I paid for a single dorm.
That's funny, because literally I went through that exact same phase, man. And Jimmy, the shooter behind the camera, he can attest to it. And it's so funny because that's very, very similar to how my story played out. I went into school for business, and I assumed that they were going to teach me what I needed to know, but I could just tell something was off. Like or through the fact that I was also learning from guys like Ty, and just anybody else, my buddy Steven as well, who's doing affiliate marketing, who's just getting into it. But long story short, I would kind of compare the two. I'm like, okay, well, this guy has what I want, or these people have exactly what I want. And I'm in this class that, I'm not really like sold on to completely, to be completely honest with myself. And so you start questioning, right? You start questioning, and then you start, kind of have to make a choice, right? You gotta make a choice, because it's tough to believe in this 100% and in this.
Right, and so the first week was when that kind of like awakening happened, that I'm out, because I went to this like major fair where if you were in the business school, like it's where all the new freshmen and want to get into business school went to like talk with different professors in sales, marketing, finance, and all these other departments in the business school. And I went there, and there's a professor behind each table, in each one, and they had their course materials laid out, so they had like the books that they were reading. And I won't say all of them, but about 70% of the books that I saw, I had already read by that time. And I asked them, I was like, when are you going through this material? And they're like, oh, usually this is junior, senior year stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll read the other 30% on my own, but if I'm through 70% of what you're already going to teach me, and I'm first week as a freshman, it's not for me.
And I got it free from the library.
Yeah, you're not gonna charge me like something,
It's
gonna be
it's like groundbreaking.
Yeah. So I called them up there, and so I was like, I'm out. And she was like, my mom was like, just stick it out for a year. It's just getting started, whatever. So anyway, I read, and I dabbled in affiliate marketing, e-com, Kindle ebook publishing. I actually had a Shopify store selling men's accessories and dropshipping. And that's where I kind of like got my first experience with like Facebook advertising, internet marketing. And I made some money, but then I realized that I didn't really, e-com wasn't what I wanted to do at the time. I didn't really have that like aha moment that this is it. But yeah, so that's how I kind of cut my chops in the beginning.
And that's super interesting, especially the part with reading 400 books. In the sense that you just went to the library, because that's literally what I did. I'm like, I can't afford these books from Amazon. But it's a library. It's free, man. So I go to the library and I find Think and Grow Rich. That was the first book I got in my hand.
Great book.
And that book just like opened this, this thought process, or this it just unleashed this potential and awareness that I'm like, there's a lot more. And it's interesting. I'm sure you can agree with this. When you start picking up those books that really kind of pique your interest and excite you, it's like you actually start like to read.
Yeah, I remember. So the very first book I read on business, it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I remember going to Barnes and Noble to buy it, and I didn't have much money at the time, but I bought the book anyway. And I go home. I remember laying in bed. I read the whole thing cover to cover in one sitting, because I literally just couldn't put it down. I was like, I gotta just finish this. This is so interesting.
It's about money.
Dude. And so that was the start of it, and it just, the obsession kind of grew from there.
Dude, let's definitely get into that, man. So at first, right, you went from this phase of experimentation to this phase of obsession, right? And that is, I feel like, how a lot of success stories play out, right? Especially in today's generation, or in today's world, where we have the ability to experiment. And it's funny because I was sitting with Dan Fleischman yesterday, and I was like, Dan, what do you think stops people from making that leap hey, I have an idea to, I'm gonna test it out. And it's this constant fear of rejection, fear of parents or family not approving of it. And so, how was it like that phase of experimenting? Like, what was going through your head? Like, hey, I'm just testing stuff out? Or were you getting married to each opportunity? Like, this is it, affiliate marketing is this.
Oh, yeah. So I think I was the opposite. If I tested it out for like 2 months, I mean, I gave it at least enough time, because if you quit too soon, then it's like you didn't really give it a chance. But I tried to be calculated, like, okay, I tried something, I'm not passionate about it, I don't like it, so I'm gonna stop doing it.
Yeah.
And then, on to the next thing. But I think if you never want to be, like, it's funny, if you ever watch Shark Tank, there's some people who go on there, and Kevin O'Leary, who's he just tells it like it is. And they're up there and they're like, yeah, we've been in business for 7 years and we've only made, 30 grand.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's coming. And I still believe this is like revolutionary and whatever. And Kevin's just like, take it behind the barn and shoot it.
Yeah.
He's like, this sucks.
It sucks.
And it's like, the market has told you that it sucks.
Yes.
Stop being married to the idea and get a new one. So it's like, you gotta have some awareness.
Yeah, you gotta date. It's like this idea of people are on Tinder like swiping right and left all day, but then when it comes to an opportunity, they just marry all the way into it. And I think that's what creates a lot of pain. That's what creates a lot of anxiety, because once
they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And they put themselves in a place of, this has to work. I'd be in a bad position financially, but I just was in such a place of pain there that I knew I was going to make. Does that make sense?
Hey, like, there's no lower than this, right?
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I'm for money. Like, I have absolutely no, ownership of my time or my freedom, and so it can't get any worse than this, right? So I feel like people have to get to that point. It's funny because my friend, my business partner, Juan Valdez, right? Yeah. He always expresses this too. The fact that you gotta come from that place where you can't tolerate this, because that's the two motivating factors, right? Pain and pleasure. That's what drives us as human beings. So with pain, if we're feeling so much pain, we want to move towards pleasure, and that's what drives individuals like you and I, and people that are tuning in right now, to be able, like, hey, I'm gonna make this change. And Tony Robbins talks about this.
Yeah,
right?
it's just like, so with the job that I was at, I remember, like, I just woke up every morning, I dreaded going, like, it just sucked. But my manager was, now that I know about management and I actually manage a team, it's very interesting. Now I realize actually how bad of a manager she was. I thought she was bad then because she was just mean. But now I'm just like, wow, this is like the worst, like the worst person at their job. And I remember one day I stood up from my desk in my cubicle, and I literally stood up, and my boss is in the cubicle next to me, and she yells at me to sit down. She like
your
didn't even want me to stand up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no chance in hell of standing up. Like, so that was the driving force. Yeah. I was like, I will never have
I
someone
can't even
talk
stand
to
or
me.
sit whenever I want.
I will never have someone talk to me like that ever again.
Yeah.
And that's what did it. Extreme pain.
Extreme pain drives you to take massive action.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think you got to get to that point. And it's interesting now, because once you have a certain level of success, it's easy to fall into complacency sometimes.
Yes.
Because you have like a good lifestyle, some things are cushy. We're here in LA, you're in Beverly Hills, having like nice meals all the time, or nice cars or whatever. And it's like you still have to find that pain. Even now, I try to be pain. Purposely though.
It's kind of interesting that you brought up that point too, because it comes to a point where when you get so used to making a certain amount of money. Let's just say, for example, we're obviously going to touch on how you guys can get your first 5K client. Yeah. He'll be sharing that with us here in a second. But after you start making some more money, right? They get up to like 20K, 30K a month. The standard of living or standard of income for you goes up, right? So it's like now you're so used to making 20, 30K that when you're only making 5, 10K, you're like, dude,
it's bad.
You're more panic mode, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the reality. Yeah. I mean, it's not like this income is not like this constant line that just stays so linear.
Especially in business.
Especially, yeah.
Now, maybe if you work for someone else, if you're like a CEO or whatever, you're probably making, 30, 50K a month as a salary. It's someone else's accountability, then sure.
Yeah.
But when you're in the driver's seat, no, it's not consistent. And you got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
If you're going to be an entrepreneur, I think you need to be all right with uncertainty.
Now, do you think there's some people, man, out there that, because with the inconsistency, right, comes a little bit of anxiety,
Sure.
a little bit of uncertainty, right? Kind of like you were telling me you were doing door-to-door sales. Right?
Cold calls.
Cold calls. Yeah, I did door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
Me and my boy wanted door-to-door sales. But even in cold calls, were you commission only?
I had a very small base.
Very small base, but in order for you to really live, pay bills, you need that commission.
Yeah.
So there is, and that fluctuates as well, right?
Yeah.
Those commissions fluctuate, and so coming from, I think that's what really allows entrepreneurs to be able to handle the ups and downs. Because I read this book, and
and you don't want, people who are headache to deal with, or, you want to be happy with what you're doing. I think it's interesting. A lot of people are trying to get to a certain, working 4 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're still working your butt off, but, you should be happy doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. And I think there is this day and night difference between, trading time for money and helping somebody else's dream out and building somebody else's dream than making 5 to 10K on, as an entrepreneur.
Sure.
And, really having control of your time and living life on your own terms, pretty much, right? Because there's this study, and I love constantly reminding of people that hop on here, that studies show that you're making 70 to 80K a year from a side, whether it be with e-commerce, whether it be with social media marketing agency, whether it be with stock trading. You can make 70 to 80K, you can pay for your roof over your head, you can pay for your bills, you can pay for, your food.
Yeah, happiness caps out at, what is it, 72,000 a year?
Well, not necessarily caps out, but it's
just
the point.
Marginally.
Exactly. After that point, it's like it gets to this point where it's just like this flat.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I just bought a fairly nice car recently.
Yeah.
I bought a Maserati.
You got Maserati.
Yeah, and that seemed like that marginally, but as a kid, I always wondered who was in those cars.
Yeah.
And so although I make more than 72K, was that a marginal bump in my happiness? Yes.
Yeah.
But was it the same enjoyment? I mean, it is the same enjoyment every time I drive it. It's cool to me as getting that first client for me.
Yeah.
That handed me a check right there
Yeah.
and signed the deal, and I'm like, this is for real.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anything will ever touch that, no matter how successful I am.
I feel like it's
first deal, man.
It's definitely something like that. That what that is for you. I feel like it's whenever somebody buys something significant that really symbolizes their success, right? So it's just something you can look at and, on a day-to-day basis, it reminds you of it,
The funniest thing is
the work that you put in.
Too, I actually just got the license plate approved. It just got shipped to me. I put it on my car. It says dropout. it's the funniest thing. It's very ironic. And then also me speaking at USC. I mean, I'm a dropout, but I'm speaking to MBA PhD students. So, I mean, no matter where you're at right now, some of you probably are looking to make that leap. And it's just once you do it and you start seeing success, you just never look back.
Never look back. It's like this alternate world, right?
And you don't even relate to it anymore.
Yeah.
And you just you level up your circle, who you hang around. And what's funny is I'm a big believer in momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna talk about getting your first client. Once you get that first client, it's so much easier to get the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then you start meeting people and making more connections, and it just builds on each other. But a lot of people never get past the point of pushing the stone all the way up the hill.
Yeah.
So it starts rolling down.
Yeah.
So it does get to a point. I'm sure it might have been that way with e-com, where you're trying to establish a brand or a product, and then once it had some traction, you actually had some data to work with or whatever, and now you're.
I'm going to show you this right here. And you probably already know this. So for those of you guys that are on here, by the way, of course, once again, make sure smash that thumbs up, subscribe button, comment. Let us know what your main takeaways, obviously, that Nickolas is providing on today's podcast. Just some feedback as well. But what I do want to share with you guys is something called the J curve. the startup Jacob. I forget the exact name of the author, but really when you're starting off a business, you're going downhill, right? Because you're investing all this time, energy, and resources, right? So you're like, technically, you're down on your investment for the first month or two that you're starting off. While you're experimenting, right, that experimentation phase, you were just going downhill all the time, right? There was no break, right? And this is that point right there is called the valley of death, right? This is where 99% of businesses stop, right? Because they come down here and they're doing it. It's funny because everything up until the valley of death is like this simple, super simple stuff, right? Like setting up your logo,
your LLC, the easy stuff that makes you look busy, but it's not productive.
But it doesn't bring in the money, right? And so this point right here, what really changes this point and takes people out of that valley, that is the sales, right? That's what we just talked about from Shark Tank. It's like, yeah, you guys, I love how passionate you are, and I love how, great you look or whatever. But the first question they ask them is, what is your sales? What is that number? What is that big number? That's the main thing that they're looking at, right? And so really this is where most people cap off because again, that's the point where they've done everything that was simple, that, on the exterior, but when it comes time to approaching cold calling, getting sales is where most people quit. Right? And at that point is when really the up keeps going, that momentum.
And I think the selling should start way over here. Most people set all that up and they're like, why isn't the business coming to me? And it's like, well, you haven't done any revenue generating activities until like you're down here sitting there questioning.
Revenue generating activities, beautiful, man. That's that money. I like to call it money making activities.
Money making.
And those are activities, like you said, that literally just bring in the money.
And what Russell, one of the key takeaways that I got from Funnel Hacking Live was he's just like, you need to wake up every morning and say, what can I do today to increase my income? What are the activities I can do today that will make a difference to my bottom line?
So and for today, for us this morning, we made a decision to meet here, record some content, provide some value to the world.
Sure.
And so,
which someday that may, that'll come back to us in some form or another.
I know for a fact. Whenever for me, I don't calculate. I was at a point too when I was first starting off. You can tell where I was concerned with the views that I get, the subscribers that I have, right? And I'm like, after something, I was like, what, screw this. I'm just gonna focus on providing as much value as possible because that's what matters. That's what, and it's less about quality too. For me, it's more about frequency. That's something I've picked up from Grant. That's really where I'm focusing.
And as an entrepreneur, like, I don't think of entrepreneurs as everything. Like the entrepreneurs who have to have everything perfect get killed.
Perfection.
You need detail. Like you need to be detail oriented because if you don't pay attention to any details, I think that'll hurt you. But the perfection slows down execution so much, and it's like as an entrepreneur, like to me that term just means scrappy.
Dude, I love what you just said.
Like you'll fight and claw to get things done, and like it doesn't have to be sexy. Like what's interesting is out here, like like I just bought the car, or I'm out here, or whatever. You see all these people driving around. You go to Rodeo Drive, whatever. That is the product of a lot of unsexy things. But that is like
preach, man.
All glamour, But like what you don't see is like all those people who work 16 hours a day for 10 years and now they're finally enjoying the fruits of their labor. Everyone's just like, oh, they just got there or they inherited it, and some people did, whatever, more power to them. But I think it's easy for people to skip the unsexy things and just assume that that's the reality all the time. And you're looking at perfection when you're around that area, but you just don't see the scrappiness, the imperfection, all the other stuff that goes along with growing a successful company.
Absolutely. So let's talk about now that we've mentioned obviously your background. You touched on a little bit. Obviously the social media marketing agency. You're doing real well with it. And congrats to you on that by all means, man. I know it's not easy because we have a couple clients that we deal with, and we got to the point where we're like, dude, we got to be super selective for two reasons. One, the worst thing that you can do when you're starting a company is promise things that you can't deliver. So we were very careful of that. And two, you can't polish a turd, right? So you can't take you know, when you're consulting somebody, it's like if they have a shitty product, excuse my language, shitty service.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, Facebook ads is not like this magic pixel dust or,
No.
you know.
I mean, it helps, but yeah, like you said, I mean, one of the big things I look at is the offer and the product, and I'll just straight up tell people, I don't think I can help you.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. I mean, okay, put yourself in your shoes of somebody that's on the opposite end here, and you know that's watching, or that's subscribed preferably by now. What did you go through? All right, you made the decision. You were like, dude, I think social media marketing agency is a great idea, and from my experimentations that I've done before, I have a good idea. Like I can talk that lingo. I feel like that's what was right. I can speak the lingo. I know how to kind of explain how I can get people results. But what did you go? Did you just go down your main street?
So I was still working full time. I went to every networking event after work that I could go to.
After work.
After
work. Very good. I'm happy to hear that.
After work. And so I'd be at that from maybe like 6 to 8, 6 to 9 p.m. And then I'd go home and work on the other non-revenue generating activities like, you know, building a website and, you know, putting together branding and all that other stuff that doesn't actually make you money. But anyway, that was my schedule until I made enough to quit the job. And when people start off an agency or any business, they're like, well, how's anyone going to want to buy from me? I've never had a client before. I don't know, you know, I don't know enough, and I need to keep learning and learning and learning, but you never implement. And my biggest thing is that the reason my first clients did business with me, they didn't even ask me, who else have you worked with? Or what results have you brought? Because I just knew the stuff like the back of my hand from doing it myself and like failing at all these other little projects that I was doing, that they never asked, because they just could tell that I looked at them with a sense of like sincerity, that I was convicted that I could help them.
Yes, I'm happy.
I was absolutely convicted.
Certainty and conviction. That's the idea of when you're talking that talk, right? When you're talking to someone, you are not questioning yourself or stepping on your own foot or you know contradicting yourself. You know exactly what you're talking about, certainty, right? Like I can take your who was your first client? What kind of business was it?
It was a law firm.
Okay, law firm. Like, hey, you guys provide service for people who get the car crashes. I can take, you know, create a offer for you, put it on Facebook.
Right.
But they can see that you know what you're talking about, right? They might not believe you 1,000% that hey, you're guaranteed to make us.
Yeah, and I mean, I was straight. Like, here's the thing too. I think it's interesting because a lot of people will go in there and be so certain that they're like, I guarantee this, guarantee that. You know what I found that actually I think helps me sell is I will straight up tell them because they're like, well, what are we expecting in terms of results? And I'm like, you know what? You guys haven't ran digital ads before. I actually have no idea what's going to happen. I'll straight up just say I'm not really sure what your expected return would be, but this is the strategy I would lay out. It's going to take some time to find out if that works and test all the variables. And I'm looking for the clients who are okay with that. I don't want someone who it's their last dollar and it's a Hail Mary pass, because they'll be the worst people to work with and they'll be the least flexible to change in offers, in pricing. The thing as a marketer that I find a lot, which is why I vet clients pretty heavily now, is that you almost have to figure out the whole business for them. If I have to tell someone when the business makes money 3 months from now, because they don't understand lifetime value, and like acquiring a customer for a break-even cost in the beginning, but you make all your money month 3 through 6 with them. Like if I have to explain those things to somebody, chances are it's hard enough to get them to understand the world that we're in now. So if I have to convince them of like their whole business plan, then it's just not a good fit.
And I'm so, dude, I love this topic because you're being 100% factual right now, telling people from the get-go. And it's so funny because I'm sure even Jimmy can say, like we've been on multiple calls with clients where they say the exact same thing. Hey, look, I love your product. I love, you know, what you guys got going on, but I can't guarantee that I can bring you results. But here's what I can tell you. If we did A, B, C, you know, X, Y, Z, we could potentially get, these kind of results.
Sure.
And it will be interesting to test it out if you're open to it.
Sure, and it gets even easier. This works if you have no clients, that strategy, but it gets even easier when you do that same thing, but then you couple it with all the stories of past clients throughout the whole call that relates to their business, so that, what can we expect? Well, I'm only as good as my last at bat, so I did this for the last client. I can't guarantee that's going to happen for you, but I can only speak to the past of what I've done. And that is enough all the time, typically, to close the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, not always. You're not going to close 100%, but those are some of my top tips for closing.
So with that point right there, okay, so like you said, you do some research, and again, please don't overcomplicate. I feel like people definitely overcomplicate this whole thing. It's like, just go knock on someone's door, go to your main strip, wherever you live, knock on a couple doors, and tell them exactly, literally, that was a script that he just gave you guys there. If you go back and rewatch the last couple of minutes, he just gave you guys a script to approach people by. And then you said, I go ahead and share my strategy with them, or the ideas that you have in mind. So you go in there with like something like a custom report that you've done on the business back home, or you kind of just come with like this plain template that you.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to walk in there and know where their weaknesses are.
Yeah.
But one of the things, in the beginning was the idea of doing a full audit for them. And while that's nice and they appreciate it, it's not as valuable, in my opinion, or the best return on your time versus just having a conversation with them. I'd rather ask someone, where they think they're struggling and inform them where the opportunities are within that, versus walking in there and telling them things that they don't even care about.
Yeah.
You don't know what they care about yet. You don't know their hot buttons. You need to go find that out.
Hot buttons.
Yeah, you need to go find that out and then frame your presentation around that. I think that's a mistake that a lot of people, spend time preparing 50 of these audits and send them out and just, fingers crossed that one hits, and it's just like, why don't you just talk to people?
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
do business with people.
And it's funny because the guy that I just mentioned, David Ferris.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the whole reason why he's been able, I'm knowing some of the technicals and what goes into it. But ultimately, what they're really interested in is, dude, what is your end goal here, man? Like, are you trying to get me some likes and some comments and some followers, or are you trying to get some money in my bank account? Which one do you promise at the end of it? Which one do you drive home and does better?
Yeah, I drive home definitely the conversion piece, because in this business, it's super simple, the benefit. There's no business owner out there that doesn't want to make more money.
Yeah.
I haven't met one yet.
Yeah.
Maybe there is, but I haven't met one yet. So I always come at it.
There's definitely some ignorant business owners, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean,
right?
You can't help the unhelpable. And with this business too, I mean, you're feeding a starving crowd right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to create a starving crowd. There's so many people out there who know they need to be doing something, but they're not, because they don't have the time themselves to do it. And they have the money to do it, they just don't have the time. So it's like, that's a starving crowd. So if you go in there and do it, they're already like pre-sold.
Yep.
Not all of them, but when people tell me like no one's interested, I'm like, well, you kind of got to look at your skills. You kind of got to look at your confidence. Because I have private students that I'll get on the phone with, and they're like, I can't close anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you when you pitch? How confident are you in these calls? And they're like, oh, maybe like a 3. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to trust someone with thousands of dollars of my money if they're not confident in themselves.
Yeah.
But I was so convicted and sold on me that I could provide value that it wasn't a question for them.
Absolutely. So that, again, that inner, deeper conviction that, hey, like, I can make something happen here. Obviously, and that all goes along with what you say and what you promise. Because if you're trying to promise someone the world in hopes of getting a check for the month, then that's a very short-term play you're making there. But if you tell someone and you're very clear, you're very honest and transparent, like you said, the likability of them saying, hey, look, we didn't do too well this month, but I'm willing to give you another one. You know what I mean? Like, the 5K to experiment with for.
Sure, and here's the thing too, like, I won't lie, like, there's been clients that I've taken on that haven't gone well.
Yeah.
And most people won't say that.
Yeah.
But there definitely have been, that's part of business.
Absolutely.
There will always be things that do not go well.
Yeah.
And I've always made it right with the person, whether I gave them a partial refund or, a month on me or whatever in the beginning, that was always the case.
Yeah.
and you always make it right, and that's just how I feel. But yeah, you're gonna swing and miss.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, if you preface it with, we're gonna run this as an experiment, business owners who understand experiments understand that some fail, some work.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're gonna have just a much better experience. So I wouldn't recommend going in there and saying, I can get you the world.
Yeah.
You know, because then they'll be shocked when you do.
Exactly. It's always good to, you know, obviously overpromise, but then overdeliver.
Yeah.
But you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver because you're just gonna look like a clown.
Oh yeah.
And that word gets spreads out quickly.
Yeah, and on these calls, like I just had a discovery call today, actually, before I came on this podcast, and this guy was like, you know, one of my colleagues is doing 7 to 10 times return on ad spend with their webinar right now for high ticket. I was like, that's fantastic. I was like, how old's your offer? And they're like, a month. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they were like, you know, do you think you could do something similar to that? And I was like, I'll tell you what, month 1 through 3, I'm not going to say I could do 6 to 10 times for you.
Yeah.
No, maybe 2, 3, 4 at best. And I was like, anyone else who tells you otherwise, most likely lying. And there's some other great talented agencies out there. But I'm totally okay with like saying no, I can't do that, because I just know if it's an unrealistic expectation that I'm walking into, there's no chance of me being able to win and be on the happy end of that deal.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't be afraid to. I think everyone, when they're first trying to get a client, they're so just wanting to get the client, they don't care who it is.
Yeah.
And it's like long term, it's going to benefit you if you have your principles straight.
Absolutely. If
So-
you're transparent, if
Yeah.
you're honest, if you're upfront. I was actually at a meeting last week with this retail space. They do like a lot of I don't even want to name it because I feel like people are gonna go on my followers and search it up. But this girl has like a bunch of retail shops. It's in the beauty space.
Sure.
Right? Let's put it that way. Like
Sure.
salons and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
And she was considering this SEO agency, right? This agency that promised them that, like, this was their pitch, right? Like, hey, and you know about SEO pitches. I personally hate when people try to pitch me SEO because I'm all about paid advertising. Again,
I love paid ads.
I love paid ads. I'm all
Yeah.
about pushing, you know, getting in front of that exact right people instead of, you know. Anyways, you get my point. You know about
Oh yeah,
SEO.
of course.
And so they were promising her like, hey, you're gonna pay us a couple of grand a month, and you're not gonna see any results because the way SEO works is it comes in later in hand.
It does, yes.
Right? It's like 6, 7, 8, 12 months.
Yeah.
Later. And I was looking at her, and I was like, SEO, here we go. And I'm like, I wanted to hold my tongue, but I was like, you know what? Quite honestly, SEO is complete bullshit. She looked up at me. She was like, you're not the first one to say that. Like, you're not the first one to tell me that. And quite honestly, I was thinking this exact same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, so what do you think? And I was like, this is what we focus on. Because here's what SEO means. And here's the difference between engagement and getting conversions, right? And you can't justify, right? You as a business owner cannot justify me getting you comments, followers. Because once it's time to pay the bills, you're not gonna be like, oh, Samir helped me, you know, pay my bills with these likes, followers, and comments. But you can more than definitely, you know, justify the fact you're paying me a couple grand because of the amount of money.
Right, and what I focus on is showing them to, we call it purposeful brand awareness. I actually talked about this at USC, where you have these likes, comments, and shares, but with the ad strategy that we implement for our clients, we're able to show them the return on that, mostly through retargeting.
Yeah,
And
exactly. It's a
segmenting the
byproduct.
Yeah, so it's like the engagement is great, it's a good starting point, but here's how it's actually a tangible return. Because if you walk in there, yeah, we're gonna get you more engagement, we're gonna, you know, get more brand awareness. Business owners like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But if you can show them and draw the connection between the two, it's very.
If you're talking $1 is gonna equal to $3.
Yeah, that's
you're
it.
like,
That's all
okay,
we
now
need
you're
now.
talking my lingo.
Yeah, so Facebook ads to me are like an ATM.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is figure out how I can put 1 in and get 3 back. 1
That's
in,
the
5
main
back.
thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then once you find one that gives you, you know, that one, because what really I want to also express to people is not every single time it's going to be like that, right? Every single offer you put out there, every single client that you take on is going to be this like ATM machine that, you know, that it could potentially be, right? It's not like this automatic, but if
there's a lot of factors.
once you really dial something in, right, and you dial this one good offer, one good product, one good service, you dial in real well, it can make up for a lot of the failed experiments, and it can really be that ATM machine.
Oh yeah, and just as an example, talking about like losses and then the winners make up for it. One of the strategies we use in our agency when we're spending over $10,000 a day for a client is, we're running ads from midnight till morning, and we're starting off with like $500 an audience.
Yeah.
And we'll wake up and got 20 audiences running, and by the morning, we may have spent $5 grand, $3 grand, and a lot of those are losers.
Yeah.
A lot of those made no money.
Yeah. And
then,
you don't even know about it because you're sleeping.
Yeah. And then we have rules in place to turn them off, but the main point is all those experiments in the morning reveal the winners for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So then I'm just scaling the crap out of the winners, and it makes up for all the losses and profit for the day. So it's like you're going to run a lot of experiments that get you no return, and then later in the day it's made up.
Perfect.
/ad workshop, and you can watch a free, roughly 60-minute training on Facebook ads, and I'll lie to you, there's an opportunity to work with me at the end, but if not, it's 60 minutes of some value-packed training. So NickolasKirchner.com/ad workshop.
We'll put that link right in the description, as well as straight to your Instagram. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna end this off here, and we're gonna record some higher or some content for our higher level members inside the Ecom Incubator, which you guys can always check out in the link below in the description. If you're on YouTube Live or Instagram Live and you guys want to catch what we're talking about, after the wrap of this podcast, you guys can check out www.ecomincubator.com/mastermind. All right, you guys can hop in for totally free, check it out, and see what the whole community is about. And it's honestly for just a couple bucks a month enough for us to pay for the lights off. Keep the lights off for this thing. But we just want to be able to really create a community. People are serious about it. A little bit more serious than just hopping on the live. So we'll see you guys on there. But other than that, thank you again so much for hopping on the podcast. I'm sure you definitely explained how to get your first 5K client and more than that. So we'll see you guys in the next segment. Again, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe button, leave a comment below your biggest takeaways, because it definitely helps us know what to touch on with the next guest that we have on. So peace. And then we'll just wrap up the lives here. Instagram Live, YouTube Live, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Make sure you guys shoot the boy a follow, man. You have YouTube too, right?
No YouTube.
No YouTube. We gotta get the YouTube channel. Just 10x that distribution channel for you. But we'll wrap it up on the lives, and then we'll just hop into some of the content. Deuces. So let's just talk, man. I mean, honestly, on this one, we just share some practical information.
Oh, yeah. No, that was good.
That